What's up, everybody? It's Dominic
Welcome to
D'Angelo.
Rumor and Innuendo. I know what you're thinking. Isn't there usually a
Countdown?
countdown? Isn't there usually like a thing? No, Dominic D'Angelo, best producer in the business, started the countdown clock, forgot to push go live.
I did.
So I'm
I
sitting
did.
there yelling into the void for the better part of 60 seconds as the only audience member watching Rumor and Innuendo.
Hey, we're live now. Yes, I'm
God, I
Dominic
hope
D'Angelo.
so.
We are. We are. And Robert, we got a lot to talk about today from an AEW Dynamite aftermath of Double or Nothing. Um, yeah, pretty interesting show, I thought, in certain ways. Still a little head scratchy at some aspects, though, too, Robert. I don't know what you feel about it, though.
I sure as hell watched Dynamite, and somehow I can't remember anything that happened on Dynamite. I watched it this morning. I remember the opening segment, and that's yeah. There was a full 2 hours of TV on that show, and let's say hi to the folks who are joining
Let's
us.
say hi to some folks, huh? Maybe that'll get the gears turning a little bit. Michael Partham says, guys, having trouble sleeping and Rybaxel isn't working for you? Have your doctor prescribe the dynamite, clinically proven to cure insomnia in one night. Ooh, okay. Triple E says, what's up? Is Dom doing a daily hotline episode today? Yes, I will be. I will be.
What
Stay
are you,
tuned.
press agent E?
Trey Owen says, Dynamite debuts a new star in the fastest way possible. Hopefully next week's show will showcase Thecula. Is that how you say it? Thecula? Thecula? Uh-oh. Another name for me to butcher. Willie Thornbrew says, have you ever seen so much unintentional blood in one show? Yes. A lot of blood there. A lot of blood going on. Giant Disco says, hey, yo, R&I. Ron Ward says, you think that's bad? Dom never told me the girl across the hall started the ring until after I asked her out. Okay. Tony Gahn
You
says,
don't have to
remember?
read all of the comments. Some of them that make no sense. You can just let them move on. But Tony
Some,
Gong says, "Remember when Adam Cole? Remember Adam Cole was getting killed?
my
Yes,
God.
yes,
Yeah,
I
okay.
do. Um,
Well, the one aspect you did remember was the opening segment, Robert. What did you think of that follow-up to the main event we had at Double or Nothing between Adam Cole, Will Ospreay, but now we got Swerve Strickland back in the mix too.
fart noise.
Oh wow, okay, me
Fart
too. I kind of.
noise. Dude, here's the thing. Number one, Hangman, whenever he cuts these promos, sounds like he's delivering lines in the worst Yellowstone knockoff ever. Every time he's out there talking, it doesn't feel like a person. It's why I kept saying Ospreay, 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 because every time Hangman goes out there, it's a complete character tonal shift into something Kevin Costner said no to. Well,
Well,
we're a family, and AEW is my family of family units, and it's just not right what that cattle rancher John Moxley's done to our land. And by gum, I'm going to saddle up and ride into All in Texas, and I'm going to take back our land and title.
was that Adam Hangman Page or was that Hank Hill?
It's a little bit of both. Bobby,
Damn it, Bobby.
damn it, Tony. On a book it is. I'm not even a King of the Hill fan. I
That's a
never.
pretty damn good impression, though, Robert. I'm
It
gonna
is
give you that.
weirdly spot on. I don't know why that's one of the ones I can do. And then like Swerve comes out, and I'm thinking, hey, here's where here's where the whole Ospreay being the number one contender would have made sense, because forcing Swerve and Hangman to have to be a unit to unite against the Young Bucks is an interesting third or fourth match added to All In. And then you're going, hey, we're making this whole show a big attraction-based show based on storyline. So if you're going to give me Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada, you're going to give me Mercedes Moné versus Toni Storm, you're going to give me John Moxley defending the title against Ospreay, and then you give me the Young Bucks versus Hangman and Swerve. Again, big time attraction stuff. Instead, you get this thing where now, a month later, they're acknowledging what the Bucks said about how we're trying to help out our buddy Hangman. And the point that I made yesterday was the reason why I was not in favor of Hangman at that time is there's a lot of baggage with him. Some of that is storyline baggage, that he is a member of the Elite, that he is one of the technically founders of AEW, and that now you have to bring in the Young Bucks story. You have to bring in the 6-year founding story and da-da-da-da-da. I don't think the audience cares about that. I think they want fresh and they want new and they just want clean continuity. And that little bit there reminds you you're not getting clean continuity. You're getting the Swerve Hangman stuff as well as all of the Young Buck stuff and all of the dangling participles of storyline. And then Ospreay, whom I have been singing his praises of, for those of you who want to be like, was a little bitch. He was a completely feckless, cowardly, sniveling little bitch of a man. And that has not been him. This whole idea of, I'm not the guy, Swerve, you're not the guy, but that guy, he's the guy. What? No, you've been the face of what's driving this new thing, and the whole and even him acknowledging on air is like they're starting to believe in us again. They're starting to realize all right, we're getting back on the right track. But then to openly admit, I'm not the guy that can do it, you are, felt like when Bret Hart waved in Hulk Hogan to go take down Yokozuna. Dom, I'm going to remind you you're muted before you talk again.
Oh no, I knew.
Okay, I never know.
So I definitely don't think it was a knockout segment for sure. But I don't think and I do agree with you about Hangman just sounding. It's like he takes the one note and just rides with that note the whole time, and it's going to become desensitized to it, where it's not going to have any impact, and it kind of does have that already. So, and with Ospreay, yeah, I kind of see. I'm not as down on it as you are. I think it's like he's giving Hangman his badge of approval, his stamp of approval, and I'm okay with that. But
there's a difference in doing that. I think if it would have been, I gave it my all, and you beat me, and you earned this chance, make the most of it, shoot your shot, fine. But I clearly am not the guy, and Swerve's not the guy, it's only you, and we have to support you. That is sidekick nonsense. That is not main eventer stuff. And I felt like it was a huge step back for Ospreay.
I agree with the sidekick stuff, though. That is a fair point. I also don't like Swerve getting back in the mix of this feud of what we did. I thought this was kind of resolved already. We were past that.
Nothing's resolved, and the thing is, then there's nothing for him to do. That's the other problem. Yeah. That's why I liked the Hangman Swerve something, whether it was a match, a team up somewhere. Otherwise, Swerve is just a man without a country. And when that happens, we've seen that problem with Drew McIntyre. Drew kind of goes from these weird blood feud to weird blood feud to weird blood feud that just ends, and then you're like, well, where are we going to go from here?
Right. Wrestling Old Head does mention, I might be in the minority here, but I thought it was an effective segment where we noticed Ospreay's lack of confidence in himself, trying to build Paige up, Swerve not having.
So again, I think Wrestling Old Head is giving them a lot of confidence that, yeah, the hope is that Ospreay has lack of confidence in himself, which, remember, was the Hangman story forever, that they never truly paid off. That Hangman didn't really believe in himself, then believed in himself, won the title, and then lost it, and now doesn't believe in himself. We want to hope that there's this long-term storyline element to what AEW is doing. That's not their thing. And I know someone pointed it out yesterday. It's like, well, you're doing it wrong. You're appreciating AEW wrong. Well, then if I'm going to take it at face value, if they're going to just put on great matches, you can't hope that everything that's happening has long-term residence because, and I don't mean to get lawyer here for a second there, wrestling old head, when the Young Bucks were fleeing and they were shredding important documents that were critical to what was about to happen in this major overarching storyline, they just dropped it and it turned into, oh, those were receipts for fancy chairs.
Yeah, yeah. No, we do get used to seeing the good matches and what was a fine pay per view. I thought from Double or Nothing. I thought it was a good pay per view, really long. Obviously, we talked about that yesterday. But yeah, to have the expectations of good storytelling that hits the points every week and keeps that continuity going. We haven't been getting that with AEW, but they've been doing a better job
I
at
mean,
kind of
like Devin
conveying it.
Dowling points out something right here. He says Ospreay's lost to Mox twice. He's lost to Swerve, and he's lost to Hangman. Yeah, you can make an argument that Ospreay is a man who's lacking confidence right now, and I would hope that that would lead to something. But whether they actually have the follow through is a different matter. And I think one of the reasons Ospreay may be losing confidence, Dom, is that he could use some help from our friends at Blue Chew. You can have better sex with Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets. These erection enhancing tablets help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer lasting erections for sexual activities, bruv. Blue Chew is putting its money where its mouth is and offering you a month free. The process is simple. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door so you can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The best part, it's all done online. No visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at bluechew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this episode of Rumor and Innuendo. Dom, you are muted.
Boom. Thank you, Blue Chew. I was looking at the results here. We got John Moxley and Gabe Kidd teaming up with Marina Shafir against Mark Briscoe, Mike Bailey, and Willow Nightingale in a mixed tag team match. Moxley, Kidd, and Shafir get the win after choking out Mark Briscoe, which I'm not a fan of, Robert. I don't like that.
I think they know Mark Briscoe is sort of a dude that is just, he's on like Mount perpetually over, that you can beat him a lot and he'll kind of come back. What I did find odd was there was an Anarchy in the Arena match at the pay-per-view, and it didn't seem to have any kind of anything. You know, the Young Bucks were defeated and humiliated, and they should have been angry. Pretty sure they're executive vice presidents who could be lashing out in some form or fashion. Instead, we just had this match, which was a solid match, but kind of like, what was the point?
And didn't it make you feel too, Robert, that like, hey, why wasn't Gabe Kidd more involved in the match yesterday then? If
I
you're
agree.
having him
I would
here.
have been using. I think Gabe Kidd is a really interesting talent for them, and a guy that you should be putting more of a spotlight and a focus on. And it's almost like you should have done this match last week to hype up Anina.
Right. It would just have made way more sense. Did it make sense for Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford to defeat Anna Jay and Harley Cameron? And Harley Cameron sure got bloodied up.
It did, because this was a rematch from the pre-show of Double or Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And Megan Bayne is definitely a valuable talent for them, and somebody that you want to put a spotlight on. And yeah, you're going to have a hardcore match. You're going to use weapons. You've been setting up that Harley Cameron likes to lay pipe. So this was fine. Thank you. It took Dom way too long to get the lay pipe
It
joke.
did. It took me a second. That wasn't even a delay. It just took a second. Yeah, that finish though was not good. They totally missed that Doomsday device. So good thing they did not re-show it. We also had a little video package from the Hurt Syndicate Was this a fair follow up? I feel like we should have got a little bit more from. Oh, Robert's gone. Or are you still in here?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. What did you think of the follow up with the Hurt Syndicate, MJF, what he had to say, and teasing a little bit more from them to come with the Hurt Syndicate and their tag team titles?
I was trying to figure out what's going on with my camera here. All of a sudden, my camera just there it goes. That was weird.
There you go.
That was very strange.
We still don't see you though, Robert. Just so you know.
I see me.
Does the chat see you? Chat, chime in. I don't see you.
In the little box, I see myself. I'll exit out and come back in. We'll see if that fixes it.
There you are. You're good.
Oh,
now I got you.
I don't know what's going on. What was your question?
What did you think of the little video package we got of the Hurt Syndicate? Was that a fair follow up, or should we got more with MJF and the Hurt Syndicate this week?
Yeah, this was fine. This was what I had said they wanted to see. Remind everybody that, hey, they are a singular force. They're a singular unit. These guys have the tag team titles. And as a reminder, they take care of their own, and they're going to help Max get back his title.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see where this goes. I really felt like they were going to do this swerve with MJF kicking with the Hurt Syndicate, kicking them around, or the vice versa. I didn't get that, so yeah, I'm still intrigued by this storyline, to be honest.
Let it build. Let it build.
Yes. Hey, we had the Ops going up against the Frat House, and I could not name everybody in the Frat House. It was Griff Garrison, Cole Carter, and who was the third person? I have no idea still. But we had Thekla debuting at the end of this too, attacking Jamie Hayter during her interview, her very brief interview. So what did you think of these two things happening, Robert?
I think Frat House is a fun gimmick. It's we saw it with kind of Chase U and NXT. It's an easy gimmick. It's easy to hate. It's something that I like that they went into the town the day before and they shot some stuff. Like, you can do that in a lot of places. I think that's kind of interesting. It made me think of the old Nitro parties. And I agree with Willie Thornbrough here. Can we get a run-in from Jacket Lady? Give the people what they want. Dom, what is the temperature in Pittsburgh right now?
It's definitely not jacket weather right now.
Yeah, I don't think Jacket Lady's gonna.
Maybe denim vest lady. Now, that would be good.
Feels very Pittsburghy that there'd be a lady walking around in a denim vest. You really are in the epicenter of culture there, Dom.
Thanks, Robert.
You're welcome. What else? There was something you just asked me about. Oh, the debut.
Yes.
Cool.
So she did the spider thing, the Bray Wyatt thing.
Yeah, I saw it. Don't you, Dom? You're in public. The way that on a webcam does not look appropriate.
No, it didn't look good at all.
No, that's
hey.
What?
I tell you what looked good, Robert. This is awkward. What looked good, Robert, was Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher. Or wait, did it?
Elaborate.
Oh, just because of the turnbuckle bomb miss spot. That was not good.
No, it was not.
And you know what? I think
I was like, was there more to it than you don't want? I mean, these things happen. It ain't ballet, Dom.
No, it isn't. What do you think though? I mean, Adam Cole still gets a good reaction. But it just felt like really rushed together and thrown together here with Fletcher. But I kind of liked it though at the same time.
It's the same reaction I had when they had their 6-man tag match, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, I mean, hey, at least the TNT title made it to Dynamite, so there's that.
Yeah, there is that happening. We also had something else happening too, and that was the Continental Championship 4-way qualifier. Brody King taking on Josh Alexander. I actually really like this match. Brody King and Josh Alexander are really good at what they do, and it was a good showcase of both these guys. Brody King gets the win, even though I'm not keen on this whole international tournament qualifier stuff going on. It feels pointless, but still a good match.
I don't know that we're at a point yet where we can just start beating Josh Alexander like a drum, but here we are. Maybe this should have been a spot to use Lance Archer instead. But what do I
Yeah.
know? Like, I'm all for Brody getting a win. I like Brody, big fan of Brody, but I don't know that I necessarily need to see Josh Alexander lose. And then the main event was the confrontation with Mercedes Moné and Tony Storm, which was good.
Yeah, I liked it, Robert. I did like it. I think Tony's so good at what she does. I think it kind of elevates Mercedes, and helps her out in a lot of ways. From what's a weakness of her is her promo ability and stuff like that. So, but I think Tony laid the stakes down and made Mercedes feel like a big star, and Tony just how she carries herself feels like a big star. So, I thought it was a good way to kind of close the show in a lot of ways, to be honest.
I'm glad they gave them the spot. I'm glad they gave them the opportunity. I think it's one of the big marquee matches, but it's 7 weeks away. That is a
Yeah.
long time. I mean, look, the WrestleMania build dragged. This one's going to be strap in, folks, for the long haul. It's going to be quite a journey to get to All In. Tom, are you going All In?
I'm looking into it. Yeah, I am looking into it, which I think would be great to do because we got Starcast going on there. I think I could get a lot of good engagement with some of the AEW talent there. But we'll see. It's definitely on my list to do.
They're doing a Starcast there?
Yeah, Starcast is happening there. I think it's like
Aren't we
Friday through.
part of the Ad Free Shows network?
Yeah, we are. So feels like I should be there.
You would think that Conrad would have used the dialing wand to call us up.
Yeah, would you go to Texas with me, Robert? Me and you, partners.
No. I don't even know. I know it's like 7 weeks. I don't know the exact date of when All In is.
July 12th, I believe, is All In. Same day that WWE announced that NXT Great American Bash is going to happen. And then the next day, too, they have, I believe, another show. I can't remember which one it is, but they have another thing going on, too, at the same time. What do you think of this WWE really matching up with what AEW is doing on weekends and stuff like that? It's really deliberate, it feels.
It's petty and it's annoying and it's weird, but I mean, there's people who are going to watch both. I know that this last pay-per-view was up against the NXT show.
Yep, Battleground, which is...
I mean, more importantly, July 12th is Devin Dowling's 12th anniversary with his wife. So, yeah.
Yes. Maybe Devin, instead of going to All In, I'll go celebrate your anniversary with you and your wife. I'm good.
On that incredibly awkward and terrifying note, we're gonna wrap up this stuff here. Appreciate you guys joining us here, as you do every Monday through Friday when Dom remembers to push go live.
Dang it.
On a plethora of platforms, including the WWE Creative_ish X account, the @Dominic D'Angelo X account, the @SE Scoops X account, and on YouTube on Rumor and Innuendo, and ad-free shows, of which we are members of the ad-free shows network, even if we don't get invited to no Starcast. So on behalf of the menace in public, Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpolis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
Robert, I will always cast you as my star.